How's it going, YouTube? Just wanted to stop by and talk about a quick update that I'm doing on the tracks. Pretty much adding one more turnout to make this even more complex. But actually, I think I'm making things more simple actually. And just to go back and get a bit personal, when I was a child, I used to ride the subways a lot to get to anywhere I needed to go in the city. And so I even used to cut school in elementary school to ride in the front seat and look out the window. And when I would go home, I would draw out the track. So I pretty much had my own map that I was creating with all the sidings, the express tracks, the local tracks, and whatnot. So I say all that because today, when I build my layout, the first thing that I thought about was just making sure my track was down and running trains. I've never cared about scenery, never, not until I started watching YouTube videos, and that's when I started getting more involved and whatnot. So I say all that because, like, I guess my focus is more on is always on the track, and then my scenery, it's getting up there. It's, of course, like the second priority. So anyway, I'm thinking about the worst case scenarios when I'm trying to get anything from this track onto the main line, and doing that I'd have to zigzag pretty much across. So this track I would have to go here, and if it would be an issue if I have cars stored on this track, which I plan to do, as you see. And then I would need to make another maneuver this way, meaning I can't have tracks stored on this track or this section of track, and then I have to, move my engines out. So you see how that goes. I didn't really think that out, or guess I didn't care at the moment. But I do have one more emergency siding that I keep for a different section on the layout. Fortunately, that siding, that turnout has been good for me, the one that's on the layout. So just to make this a bit more easy, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to take this siding, this turnout, and I'm going to place it right here. So in the closed position, it'll still be on this track. But the turnout section would now connect to this track, and this track right here, I'll just let it be a stub in, and I'll be able to store engines on this track without them being in the way. And then so anything that's stored right here, now I'm able to just remove one maneuver, and I'm able to in my eyes, use my space efficiently, specifically when I'm storing stuff. So we'll see how that turns out in a moment. So essentially, now I can't store anything here, but when everything is done, I'll have this track to store engines, and then I still have this long track right here, and I'll be able to get to the main line quicker. Also, I've been, I started with my mountain and adding more greenery. I really didn't like this stuff. I don't know why I chose that, but I'm new to this, so I've been just gluing down some more phallus, I believe what it's called. So we'll see how I think about this in a couple of days. I have no plan on wiring those LEDs.
Reading quote, "The lakefront by the right belong to the people. Not a foot of its shore should be appropriated to the exclusion of the people." Hence, elements of
This was added.
elegance were to be a significant theme. The first widely available sketch of the pier's concept was published.
This one was added.
Featuring
I'm sorry. This one was, position was swapped. So initially it was right here, and then I added this number 6 left hand. As I mentioned, now I have this track to store 2 engines.
The plan of Chicago embraced the concept of being connected to the rails. It was initially believed that 5 massive piers would be needed to support the city's needs. Still, Central Freight Depot and common track facilities owned and operated by all.
That's all for now. See you in the next video.